first white paper was produced in January 2017, but it's time for an update, and a consumer-friendly blue paper is being launched too. To explain more, let me welcome to the stage Doug Abel, CEO of Round Globe Technologies.
Hello, London. So, as often happens with me, I'm towards the end of the presentations and we're running late and I get told to go quick, so I'm going to go really quick through all this. Like was just said, one of the big things that we're releasing today is the technical white paper. So if you go to dascoin.com and scroll down, you'll be able to get that today. And we had a lot of requests for this, the more technical details. So this will do it. I think it's 67 pages or something. So it's very long, detailed document for all of those technical questions that people ask. You can use that. And I think we're going to be next week or so. We talked about the blue paper that'll be coming, which is the white paper kind of condensed down a little bit for the general public that just wants to get an idea, not go into all the detail. So that's the big announcement on the technical white paper. Be sure to go dascoin.com and get that and have it for your resources. Okay, I'm going to wing it because they just put up my presentation that I'm supposed to give tomorrow, not the one that I was going to do today. So here goes, no notes, and quick. So what I was supposed to talk about is you've known me as the CEO of Round Globe, which is the development arm in this ecosystem. And in that role, I've been performing a lot of duties kind of outside of that. And Michael and I were talking and look at some of those duties, and what they did is they fit well within, if you look at the white paper now, is assigned to the executive director of the Dascoin blockchain. So going forward, I will be serving in that capacity officially as the executive director of the Dascoin blockchain. And what that is about is governance. So now I'm really winging it because I needed my notes on these. But it's basically, let's see, issuing of licenses, issuing of web bureaus, and KYC, and monitoring all those things to make sure that they're done accurately in the way they say they should be. And then if any problems are detected, to correct either by canceling or making adjustments. What else did I want to talk about? This is bad without notes. I was going to be short. So the other thing is, so basically the structure is the board of directors, and then I oversee all of these entities that perform these duties. So I will be doing that, advice and consent on the board for things like when frequency lock changes and how fast we set the minting queue each time we get into a new upgrade period. And related to that, with advising the board, is we've been doing a lot of work at Round Globe on business intelligence, which is taking data from a lot of different sources and putting them in one data warehouse and then being able to crunch the numbers. So it's going to be really great going forward of the insight that the board is going to have to make really good, smart decisions. So that's it. Thanks, everybody.
Brilliant under pressure there. Thank you so much. Thanks, Doug. Next on stage is Jovan Petrovic, the CTO of Tech Solutions, one of the technology providers within the DAS ecosystem. He'll explain all about the DAS cloud infrastructure and how the blockchain operates.
Thank you. Is it working? Yeah. I really need to be fast because we are a bit behind the schedule, so I will be fast, and I'm sorry about it. And I'm glad that I see a lot of you in the crowd, and it doesn't really help with my stage fright. So anyway, during my presentation in Tokyo, that was actually my first presentation, I was talking about the Dascoin infrastructure. So today I will be providing the infrastructure overview and what has been happening in the meantime. So when I discussed about the infrastructure in Tokyo, I explained the 3 layers of the Dascoin infrastructure. The first layer being the DAS cloud, which is the hardware layer of the infrastructure. Those are the servers, firewalls, routers, switches, and so on. The second layer being DAS.NET, which is the software, and it's actually blockchain and other services running on top of the first layer of the infrastructure. And the third layer being the apps running on top of both of those layers, and those are the apps that utilize blockchain and so on. So from that moment, we really started working hard on designing the new infrastructure and architecture, and we were working really hard with our network architects and systems architects to develop and design a state-of-the-art infrastructure that can withstand anything and that can provide us with 100% of uptime at any moment, and that was our main goal. And at the same time, we started expanding our infrastructure, and basically, let me switch to the next slide. You can see the new master nodes appearing on the map. And those we have 12 master nodes at this very moment. We have master nodes in Belgrade, in Amsterdam, in Frankfurt, in Malta, in Switzerland, Sweden, Los Angeles, New York, Toronto, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Tokyo. And we are expanding even further to have 33 in total by the end of the year. On top of that, to every master node location, there is one ledger node location. So we are also doubling that with ledger nodes per each location I have just said. And one big addition that we added to this is that we are utilizing also all of the cloud providers in the world, the most known cloud providers such as Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft's Azure, and so on. And we are adding even more ledger nodes online to our infrastructure. So here is a list of a few more appearing on the map. And we have new ledger nodes running in Taiwan, Australia, Brazil, UK, Netherlands, and so on. So that's pretty much it for now. I try to keep it as fast as possible and as short as possible, so thank you all.
Thank you, Jovan. Thank you.